Today I have Greg Alone with me. This is the Aged Care Technology series, and we're going to be talking about the cloud today.
So the cloud is the IT infrastructure and architecture that supports the software that the organisation is running on. Traditionally, or a number of years ago, we all ran software on our desktop computer or in server rooms. We had a crew of people who were maintaining this, or an IT manager or a CIO team, and that software was managed in-house. What we were finding, and within the industry, that there are a lot more efficiencies we could have gained from this, having common architecture, common infrastructure that is maintained and provided by the vendor or by a cloud provider. So in EPICOR's context, we partner with Microsoft on Azure. Our software, the application, runs on the Azure platform. This ensures that we're providing the uptime and the scalability of the system, but more importantly, it's the upgrading of the software that comes in the public cloud model that we use, which means all our providers are upgraded to the latest release on time, every time. And those releases come out on a very frequent basis. When you were running in an on-premise environment or you're running the software in-house, you were responsible for those upgrades yourself. And that put a lot of onus onto a team that, frankly, aged care providers aren't necessarily supposed to be IT experts. Some may be, some may have a big crew in-house, but what we're finding today is even the very large providers are looking to EPICOR and our public cloud infrastructure to provide that to them now so that they can get the advantage of the software today without having to wait for an upgrade in a number of months or potentially even years' time.
For the layman, it sounds important, but for the aged care sector, I expect it's really important, these instant updates and so on.
So there's issues like cybersecurity and threats to the infrastructure that are quite persistent at the moment. And we've seen a number of organisations, including aged care provider, government departments, hospitals and so forth, that have had cyber attacks of late. This is an increasing issue, not just certainly here in Australia, but all around the world. The software running in the cloud with security standards that are set at a very high level with a massive amount of investment in them to ensure and do the very best to stop a cyber security issue happening within the organisation. It's alongside compliance and staying up with compliance. However, the threats are changing, they're evolving. The attackers are becoming more sophisticated in the mechanisms that they're using to attack an organisation. So we're finding that the security layers that we have built into things like our public cloud infrastructure are helping the organisation to stay safe and reduce the risk profile to our aged care provider customers.
So Greg, how do you integrate with the government and the cloud, because they obviously have stringent security requirements as well?
The requirements on integration with government systems is very tight. So we're audited to meet these standards, and these standards ensure that when our service and our cloud infrastructure is talking to the government services, that's a completely secure connection. And that's on behalf of our clients. We manage that process, we manage the compliance, and we also audit and test with the government to make sure it's secure. Again, that's an onus that's put back onto EPICOR with the infrastructure that we've put in place, and we do that in partnership with our clients to ensure that they don't have to do that.